I am Ra. I greet you in the love and in the light of the one infinite Creator. We communicate now. Question 71.1. Questioner, could you first please give me the condition of the instrument? Answer, I am Ra. It is as previously stated with the exception of a slight improvement in the vital energy distortions. One may note to the support group, without infringement, that it is well to aid the instrument in the reminders that while physical complex distortions remain as they are, it is not advisable to use the increased vital energies for physical complex activities, as this will take a somewhat harsh toll. Question 71.2. Questioner, in this session I hope to ask several different questions to establish a point of entry into an investigation that will be fruitful. I would first ask if it is possible to increase polarity without increasing harvestability. Answer, I am Ra. The connection between polarization and harvestability is most important in third density harvest. In this density, an increase in the serving of others or the serving of self will almost inevitably increase the ability of an entity to enjoy a higher intensity of light. Thus, in this density, we may say, it is hardly possible to polarize without increasing in harvestability. Question 71.3. Questioner, this would probably be possible in the higher densities such as the fifth density. Is this correct? Answer, I am Ra. In fifth density harvest, polarization has very little to do with harvestability. Question 71.4. Questioner, would you explain the concept of working with the unmanifested being in third density to accelerate evolution? Answer, I am Ra. This is a many-layered question and which still we wish to expose is questionable. Please restate giving any further depth of information requested, if possible. Question 71.5. Questioner, define, please, the unmanifested being. Answer, I am Ra. We may see that you wish to pursue the deeper strata of information. We shall, therefore, answer in a certain way which does not exhaust the query but is designed to move beneath the outer teachings somewhat. The unmanifested being is, as we have said, that being which exists and does its work without reference to or aid from other selves. To move into this concept you may see the inevitable connection between the unmanifested self and the metaphysical or time-space analog of the space-time self. The activities of meditation, contemplation, and what may be called the internal balancing of thoughts and reactions are those activities of the unmanifested self more closely aligned with the metaphysical self. Question 71.6. Questioner, as an entity goes through the death process in third density, it finds itself in time-space. It finds itself in a different set of circumstances. Would you please describe the circumstances or properties of time-space and then the process of healing of incarnative experiences that some entities encounter? Answer, I am Ra. Although this query is difficult to answer adequately, due to the limitations of your space-time sound vibration complexes, we shall respond to the best of our ability. The hallmark of time-space is the inequity between time and space. In your space-time, the spatial orientation of material causes a tangible framework for illusion. In time-space, the inequity is upon the shoulders of that property known to you as time. This property renders entities and experiences intangible in a relative sense. In your framework, each particle or core vibration moves at a velocity which approaches what you call the speed of light from the direction of supraluminal velocities. Thus the time-space or metaphysical experience is that which is very finely tuned and, although an analog of space-time, lacking in its tangible characteristics. In these metaphysical planes there is a great deal of what you call time which is used to review and re-review the biases and learn teachings of a prior, as you would call it, space-time incarnation. The extreme fluidity of these regions makes it possible for much to be penetrated which must needs be absorbed before the process of healing of an entity may be accomplished. Each entity is located in a somewhat immobile state much as you are located in space-time in a somewhat immobile state in time. In this immobile space the entity has been placed by the form maker and higher self so that it may be in the proper configuration for learn teaching that which it has received in the space-time incarnation. Depending upon this time-space locus there will be certain helpers which assist in this healing process. The process involves seeing in full the experience, seeing it against the backdrop of the mind, body, spirit complex total experience, forgiving the self for all missteps as regards the missed guideposts during the incarnation, and finally, the careful assessment of the next necessities for learning. This is done entirely by the higher self until an entity has become conscious in space-time of the process and means of spiritual evolution, at which time the entity will consciously take part in all decisions. Question 71.7. Questioner, is the process in positive time-space identical with the process in negative time-space for this healing? Answer, I am Ra. The process in space-time of the forgiveness and acceptance is much like that in time-space in that the qualities of the process are analogous. However, while in space-time it is not possible to determine the course of events beyond the incarnation but only to correct present imbalances. In time-space, upon the other hand, it is not possible to correct any unbalanced actions but rather to perceive the imbalances and thusly forgive the self for that which is. The decisions then are made to set up the probabilities of correcting these imbalances in what you call future space-time experiences. The advantage of time-space is that of the fluidity of the grand overview. The advantage of space-time is that, working in darkness with a tiny candle, one may correct imbalances. Question 71.8. Questioner, if an entity has chosen the negative polarization, are the processes of healing and review similar for the negative path? Answer, I am Ra. This is correct. Question 71.9. Questioner, are the processes that we are talking about processes that occur on many planets in our Milky Way galaxy, or do they occur on all planets, or what percentage? Answer, I am Ra. These processes occur upon all planets which have given birth to sublogos such as yourselves. The percentage of inhabited planets is approximately 10%. Question 71.10. Questioner, what percentage of stars, roughly, have planetary systems? Answer, I am Ra. This is unimportant information, but harmless. Approximately 32% of stars have planets as you know them, while another 6% have some sort of clustering material which upon some densities might be inhabitable. Question 71.11. Questioner, this would tell me that roughly 3% of all stars have inhabited planets. This process of evolution is in effect throughout the known universe then. Is this correct? Answer, I am Ra. This octave of infinite knowledge of the one creator is as it is throughout the one infinite creation, with variations programmed by sublogos of what you call major galaxies and minor galaxies. These variations are not significant but may be compared to various regions of geographical location sporting various ways of pronouncing the same sound vibration complex or concept. Question 71.12. Questioner, it seems to me from this that the sublogos such as our Sun uses free will to modify only slightly a much more general idea of created evolution, so that the general plan of created evolution then seems to be uniform throughout the one infinite creation. The process is for the sublogos to grow through the densities and, under the first distortion, find their way back to the original thought. Is this correct? Answer, I am Ra. This is correct.